Hey everyone, my name is Flippy, and yes, Gat is back, so let's waste no time and get into this shit. Alright, so we begin with the boss jumping out of the mech suit. This could very well be the destination that the boss was going to, as we saw him flying through the mothership in the previous trailers. Now it's a bit hard to see here, but the knife that he stabbed in the alien's head is the same knife that was sticking out of his chest in the War for Humanity trailer. And here's Gat. Notice that he's covered in some pinkish slime. This looks like the same slime that we saw the boss in when he was in his simulation. The boss was also naked there as well, so it's safe to assume that Gat just escaped his own simulation. But it really begs the question, what in the fuck is going on? Gat's supposed to be dead, right? Well, remember, we never actually saw him die, and this whole scene with Gat having a knife in his chest is said to be Shondi's simulation, as she took Gat's death the hardest, so therefore having to relive Gat's death over again would be her personal hell. But that doesn't explain why Gat's still alive. Well, we'll get into that later. Here we see Gat, Kinsey, and the boss trying to outrun a group of aliens in the Genki Mobile. In the background, we see something on fire arching towards the Genki Mobile. We haven't seen any projectiles yet, but this looks like a Molotov cocktail. Then again, why the hell would an alien be throwing a Molotov cocktail? That doesn't make any sense. So it's probably just some random debris caused by something else. Now this is a very interesting and confusing scene because we saw this exact same shot before in the War for Humanity trailer, except instead of Shondi, Pierce, Asha, and Matt, we just have Gat and Benjamin King. The boss is also wearing a suit instead of his Matrix style coat. So yeah, this is just a really confusing scene here. If I had to guess why it's an alternate scene, I would have to say it's another Mass Effect style feature. In Mass Effect, you have the option to choose who you want to bring with you on missions, and that gave you different characters in the cutscenes depending on who you chose, so perhaps it's the same. Other than that, I have no clue why this exact same cutscene would be playing with the other homies missing. This is outside of Kinsey's warehouse. We've seen a lot of activity here before in the previous trailers. Also, Gat is bleeding out of his dick. Here we see Kinsey, Old Shondi, and New Shondi, and because Gat's here, it could be possible to have more than 3 homies now. By the way, everyone besides Gat is wielding the Dominator. Here we see the boss and Gat locking hands in a Professor Genki reality climax stage. We actually see quite a bit of Professor Genki gameplay throughout this trailer, but I can't understand the context behind it. It could be that Professor Genki is Gat's own personal hell or simulation, and that you're helping Gat escape it, which then leads to what we saw before. This could explain why the boss isn't so shocked upon seeing his once thought to be dead friend, and that's because you've already met up with him in this simulation. And here we see Old Shondi once again. Now in this scene, Gat is beating the shit out of someone in the airplane from Saints Row 3. We'll see another clip like this later on. Here, Gat is showing off some of his superpowers, and he has a new outfit on too. I still have that theory where you'll be able to customize what your homies wear as well, but this could simply mean that Gat's outfit will change from the story. We see him in 3 different outfits throughout this video, 4 if you count him being naked. Once again, here's that knife we saw Gat have before, but here, Gat is using it while in combat. We see this same move about 3 times in the trailer, so it looks like it's a unique attack that Gat has. This here is a knife attack, but it's different than the previous one that we saw. Notice that in all these knife attacks, Gat is carrying a firearm as well. The current firearm that he has is the same laser pistol that we've seen before. Now notice that there's a robot standing next to Gat. We'll see another shot of him later on. Here's yet another shot of Gat in the Professor Genki obstacle course, but here he has a different outfit on than the previous Genki shot. In addition to this, Gat was wielding weapons before, and now he's using superpowers. This could mean that it's a progression in the mission, or this whole fucking thing is just a goddamn meaningless preview just to show off Gat, and I'm focusing on nothing. But anyways, Gat is doing this really cool Hadouken attack. And here's that robot again. A few people thought this robot could have been a homie, but Gat is clearly attacking it here. You might not be wrong though. Just like how we got a brute as a homie with Oleg, we might get a cool robot homie as well. Once again, here's that same melee knife attack. And once again, we're in the airplane with Gat, so let's fully address this issue. Let's stretch our very limited imagination and figure out exactly what is going on in the scene and explore the topic on how Gat could have escaped. So this right here is where Gat is for the first part of Mission 2 in Saints Row 3. He's flying the plane, and then later on, Gat starts fighting with members of the Morningstar here. This is probably the fight in the trailer. After that, Johnny reaches this intercom and speaks to Gat. We hear a lot of struggling going on before we finally hear gunfire and the line going dead. Returning to the trailer, we can see Gat's side of the intercom, and we can see that Gat is hitting the intercom with someone wearing pink glasses. So these two scenes are probably related to each other. But as we continue on in Mission 2, when we have to return to the plane, there's the guy in pink glasses sitting down with Gat nowhere to be seen. The boss then throws his used parachute at him and knocks him out. So this is where you really have to start guessing and making theories. It all starts with this guy right here. The fact that he's casually sitting down gives the impression that he hasn't fought Gat yet, but chronologically speaking, this whole intercom scene should have taken place first, meaning that Gat and this guy have already fought. But then there's the fact that the boss hit him with a parachute. It was used, yeah, but this is what Gat could have used to survive, and that's another reason why he's fighting this guy, and it's over the parachute. Man, this whole thing is just really fucking confusing. The whole thing could be a part of Shandi's simulation, or it could be a flashback that Gat is having. It's pretty damn difficult to understand, so if you guys have any theories, let me know in the comments below. But either way, I believe that Gat somehow survived this whole thing and got abducted by Zinyak later on. And for the last time, we see that cool melee attack that Gat has, but I'm kind of wondering, if Gat has this exclusive attack, what exclusive attacks will the rest of the homies have? And here's Gat beating the shit out of Philippe Lorne, but he's supposed to be dead. Well, he's being voiced by the same guy that plays Zinyak, so maybe this is also a part of his simulation. No clue. Here we see the same shark from Zimos' pad. Now remember, we still have no idea where Zimos is, so maybe this is kind of a hint to where he's at. And that's the end of the trailer. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you a new perspective on things. Oh, but before I go, you might want to check out this neat little site they set up called saintsgov.com. It's got this cute little social game you can play by connecting to Facebook, and it also gives you a really good look at the weapons in Saints Row 4. So check it out. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.